The summer of 2023 is here, and so is the long-awaited 2023 summer update for Team Fortress 2, and oh boy, it's a big one. Well, compared to previous updates and previous seasonal updates, and specifically those in the summer, this is a significantly bigger and much more impactful one. And apparently, this is purely speculation, but it is believed that there is more to come in regards to the community fixes. They're just being divvied up at the moment. With those kind of things, I would rather them take longer on that than, just throw a bunch of half-assed stuff out. You know what I mean? But the summer of 2023 has brought along 14 new maps, 4 of which cannot be played on because it is a brand new game mode added to the game, and a bunch of new crazy cosmetics and incredibly good war paints and some pretty decent taunts, which is good, and unusuals as well, that kind of stuff. But none of that's really my expertise. What I'm really interested in is the cosmetics and the maps. And I'm gonna say straight up, the maps that we got this year are actually really, really good. There are a few outliers. For example, Cashworks. Cashworks is already a pretty infamous map for not properly being played this year. In Cashworks, you could just on red team walk into the enemy's first spawn. I did a little bit of that trolling business on stream when the update came out, and it was pretty funny. You'd think I wouldn't be able to backstab that guy, right? However, as you can see, this map is totally fine and not bugged. I cannot believe this is even allowed. Yeah, this map is bugged. It's totally perfectly designed. There are no issues with this map whatsoever.
How'd you get in there?
I just walked in. Doors open wide, guys. Just walked in.
There are no issues with this map whatsoever.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This map's fine. This map's fine. This map's fine, guys.
I thought Venice was a bad map. This map's good design, it's just, missing something.
See, they wouldn't expect a spy in their own spawn, right?
Is there literally nothing to me walking?
He got bounced, the enemy team. This is the dumbest thing ever.
Many thanks.
Alright, I need to find a way to escape the incoming pyro that is about to spawn in. He's so confused. He's so confused, dude. This is the best. This is just the best. This is just the best, dude. This is the stupidest thing ever.
Incoming.
Get him, chicken.
This is the This is the dumbest map, dude.
This is the best thing that ever happened to this map.
Oh my god. This is so bad. Alright, so all I have to do is just get back into their spawn. And victory is ours. This is... Whoo! That was close. I heard the fire. This is so bad. This is literally just the worst. Yes! I think the best thing would be to use a weapon like the Your Turn Reward or the Wanga Prick to instantly disguise. Sorry.
This is fucking cool.
Crazy Dave.
It's Crazy Dave. Crazy Dave. Okay, so once they start dying, because the question is does this persist? All right, so here comes the pyro, right?
Damn, they got the teleport.
So now that I'm here, I'm above eye level. So I think I should be fine. We're gonna wait for their spawners. Thankfully, I believe it's been patched. But Cashworks itself is a pretty tough map. It's a very sightline heavy map, it seems, and can feel a little congested and a bit wonky at times with how it's designed. But overall, it's a pretty decent map. Hardwood is a really good just attack defend map. It really is. It's just really good. There's a lot of like really good spaces to run around, and it looks very, very nice. And the flank routes and the positions and everything like that. It's very, very good. It's very good. Just as good, perhaps, like, just as good as another crazy map, Pelican Peak. An actually good capture the flag map that you can actually play capture the flag on. It's not like Two Fort or, I don't know, Turbine, where you're going to be sitting there for hours in like a hefty stalemate. This is a genuine capture the flag map, and perhaps is one of my favorite maps because of a small little thing you can do on one of the, on both the battlements. You can do a little funky thing here with like a barrel and what appears to be like a, perhaps like a gas tank, not a gas tank, but like a well. Then we have Phoenix, it's a pretty map. It's a very well designed map visually. It's thematically very good. It's a very good map. But at the same time, I do have to say, now look, I haven't played these maps too much. I've played maybe one or two matches on like each map. But I do have to say, Phoenix definitely has an issue. It's a bit of a struggle to start and a bit of a struggle to end. Everything in the middle is really good. There's a lot of really good stuff in the middle. However, the very beginning of the map for attackers is rough. There's this doorway, for some odd reason, is just not open. It's not open until you capture B, which kind of it doesn't really make much sense. I think it'd be a very good flank and would give attackers a significantly better chance of actually getting out of their spawn. So I think offense on the first point can be a little difficult when you're trying to leave spawn, but once you get out of spawn, it's good. It's a good struggle because you need struggling on a payload map, but defense has, they have a lot of good options, and so does attack once they actually get out of their spawn. But the last point's a complete uphill battle. I had been in a match that we had been getting flushed by the enemy team down the toilet. We had like 6-8 minutes or so to defend the point, and we managed to hold the entire game just by sitting up at the top. The last point on Phoenix is going to be pretty rough for offense as well. But overall, again, for all these maps, overall, every map is really good. Every map has maybe a few issues. No map is perfect. There's no perfect map, but every map is really, really good. Next up is Reckoner, which is it's just a really good control point map. It's a very good control point map. There's a lot of fun opportunities to get behind the enemy team and just flank and do stupid stuff. But at the same time, like, the team fights, they're very good. The map design is very nice, the health packs and everything. It's a good CP map. It's not dominated by too many things. It's a good map. Then we get to Rotunda, I think is how you would pronounce that. Koth Rotunda. King of the Hill. This map is amazing. I really like this map. Design-wise with the trains and everything, oh my goodness. This is a really good map. I actually really like this map. The underground bit really struck me as really, really cool. Because when I was first playing the map, I had no idea there was an underground bit. So when you go underground and you just get underneath the point, it's like, what? That's crazy. However, like a lot of Koth maps, sometimes you kind of feel as if you're pushing so hard that you just walk into the enemy spawn. It's a very small map, so it can be pretty easy to just kind of waltz into the enemy team's spawn and have a bit of trouble. But aside from that, it's a really good. This is such a good. Like, all the maps are so good, and I haven't even talked about like the best map yet, which is probably, as many can assume, it's Selbyen. Selbyen is a player destruction map that it looks so good. It plays so well for a player destruction map. When the only player destruction maps we've really seen are like. The only ones we've really seen are in the Halloween mode. We've only ever really seen player destruction maps in Halloween mode. And all of those, like, player destruction as a game mode is fun, but when you've got spells and crits going everywhere from Crumpkins, it can make it very challenging to even do anything. But this map, getting to actually play it without, crits and everything, very good. I really like the map. And that's not even that doesn't even talk about the best part of the map, and that is the seal. This cute, adorable, rotund boy is just very, very squish, just squish. You gotta feed him the little foodies. It's so good. It's just such a cute addition to such a good map. Next, Shark Bay. Shark Bay, I've actually seen Shark Bay. I knew Shark Bay existed. A lot of these maps I didn't know existed. But Shark Bay was a map that I knew existed and I knew I had seen before. Because I had played it on, I believe, I had either played it or seen it on a few community servers. A few of these are obviously community-created maps. So there are a few maps in here that I've seen played before. For example, Cashworks I've seen played. In community servers. I've never seen Hardwood, nor have I seen Pelican Peak. I have never seen Phoenix. I have seen Reckoner. Never seen Rotunda. I think, I feel as if I've had a faint memory of seeing Selbyen. I think I've seen it before, but I'm not betting on it. I have seen Shark Bay. I've seen Shark Bay before, and I've seen Shark Bay a lot. Shark Bay is it's good. It's a good map. It's a good Koth map. It can feel very congested in certain spaces, especially on the flanks. But it does introduce a very risky but very rewarding opportunity to just like tear up certain areas of the team, or the enemy team, and just take control of their flanks and whatnot that they so heavily need. Shark Bay is a good map. It can be a little rough to get started because of course, Koth is like, Koth is momentum based. But once you get going on the map and begin to understand where all the flanks are, it's a good map. It's a good map. Then we move on to a map that I have played, and I've played on stream. I think I've played it on stream, and I quite enjoy Sulfur. Sulfur is very similar in design conceptually to CP Steel, where you have the opportunity to go to different points, and you can capture the very last point almost instantly. There, of course, is a bit of a catch to it relating to the timer. There's 2 timers, I believe, going on at once, and I think you shorten your next time by capturing the last point. So you could end the match real quick, but you lose time for the next transition, I think. I don't exactly know how Sulfur's time works, but I know how the map feels, and it feels really good. The flanks and stuff, the visuals of the map are really good. The points are designed pretty well. Some of them feel sometimes like a bit of a bowl, but they are pretty darn enjoyable. The map is very spacious. It's very open, but it's not dominated by sniper sightlines too heavily due to the very good flanks. So Sulfur overall is very good. It can be a little difficult to get into, just like CP Steel, but I think it's significantly simpler than CP Steel. And they're good maps. These are good maps. Every map on this list is good. Except maybe for one of these. The last map on the list that I would like to bring up, because I haven't played any of the Versus Saxon Hail maps, so I can't really say anything about the game mode yet. It hasn't been released in casual, so I can't really talk about that right now. But the last map that I can talk about is Venice, and why? Venice itself visually is a very good looking map. I've had some very interesting interactions on Venice. But I cannot deny Venice is probably, I would say, aside from Cashworks and a few issues with how Cashworks is, Venice is probably one of the most difficult maps to get into in this string of maps. This is by far, I don't want to say the worst, because they're all good. They're all great maps. I love them all. But Venice is the one that I love the least. I love the design of Venice. It reminds me a lot of a CSGO map, if I can remember it. I don't think I can. I'll try to put it on screen if I can look at it, like find it or anything. But I played CSGO for a little bit. Not very long. Maybe like 2 weeks, because I wanted to understand how the game worked. But when I saw this map, I was like, oh, wait, this is like that CSGO map. And I noticed a lot of these maps, kind of, like some of the maps here, kind of feel CSGO-ish, just a little bit. Maybe like certain points, or maybe I'm just like, crazy. But especially Venice definitely feels CSGO-y. Like it's got that CSGO feeling design-wise. Not like playstyle-wise, but design-wise, this kind of reminds me of CSGO. But Venice is kind of bad in certain spots, in a lot of spots. The sniper sightlines are absolutely insane. To the point, like, I could stand in spawn and shoot miles away from our spawn point. It's just a straight shot, and they can do the same to us. The sniper sightlines on this map are pretty bad. However, they are indeed balanced by some really good flank routes. There are actually some pretty decent flank routes. It's very decorated. It's a very decorated map. So there's a lot of very good flank routes inside the buildings on the sides of the map. So those are fun. But overcoming the massive sniper sightlines and the ability to just kind of like sit in one spot, ignoring that, you have a very visually good map, and playing it is pretty fun outside of the sniper sightline and the ability to just like place sentries in positions where you just cannot properly shoot them. That's the real tough part to get past. Sniper sightlines and spaciousness. Like, in the middle point there's a bridge. There's like an opened bridge. There's like a bridge. There's it's not a broken bridge, but it's a not a drawbridge. It's a bridge that goes up. It's a bridge that goes up. On that area, the sightlines are quite massive. Like, the sightline is massive. The sightline is absolutely huge. But aside from sniper sightlines, I think this map is very cool. I think this map has a very lovely design. Aside from the void that can be found on the first point. Aside from the void on the first point, I think this map's pretty good. This is the lowest map. Like, if I were to place these in like a tiering system, this would be the lowest tiered map. But the lowest tiered map is still pretty high, It's like talking about the scatterguns, right? All the scatterguns are good. It's just like some of them aren't better than other ones, But it's still a fun experience nonetheless. This update is really good. Compared to the updates that we have gotten in previous years, this summer update is a really, really good update. I'd suggest you go play it, and I myself am going to be playing the heck out of it, so long as we have these maps. And hopefully these maps stay in rotation and don't disappear like Halloween maps. Because all of these maps including Venice, are really good in some way, shape, or form. These are really good maps, and I really hope they stick around. I hope they don't get taken out when the summer event ends. I hope they get added into the legitimate casual rotation so that we can just play around and mess around with all of these crazy maps all year round. Well, anyways, I thank you guys for watching. Go play the summer update. Do it. Do it now. Do it. And just enjoy the summer. Unbox the case or whatever. Well, maybe don't unbox the case. You know what? Buy the cosmetic off the Steam market. The Steam market. Yeah. Because, gambling is cringe. But I'll see you guys later. God bless you on your journeys and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.